obviously brings us to energy, because every country I just talked about, or almost every country, is in the Middle East. And Canada believes that we have the ability to have energy independence in this neighborhood of North America by 2020 if we work together on developing it. We absolutely believe, since Richard Nixon, of course President Nixon, pledged to deal with OPEC a generation ago, that we actually have the capacity to have energy independence in our neighborhood. Now, sometimes as a Canadian ambassador, I got to admit to you that it's easier to put Crown Royal in a pipeline from Canada to Texas than it is oil. But I do believe that we've won the lottery. We've just got to figure out a way to cash the ticket in terms of what we can do and how we do it. And it's not just all oil. It starts with energy efficiency. The biggest way to reduce emissions and have cleaner air and cleaner water is light vehicle emission standards. I talked about the leadership that California took in that regard, the standards that we put in place. Energy efficiency is the #1 way to have less reliance on other regimes for energy. The second way to reduce reliance on other countries is more renewables. Canada sells hydroelectric power to BC, or from BC to California. We believe that hydropower is renewable. Canada has 64% of its electricity produced by renewables that include hydropower. And we believe that renewables is very much part of the three-country approach to have renewables as part of an energy independent strategy. The problem with that is it is very difficult to build transmission lines. When people were getting rid of a coal plant in San Diego and trying to displace that coal partly with solar power from the desert, everybody applauded until the transmission line was proposed, and everybody opposed it, and therefore it wasn't developed. And it's the same thing in Canada and the United States on transmission lines between our two countries. There's one lawyer per megawatt blocking transmission lines between our countries. So you can't have renewable energy that's over here and a market over there without a transmission line. And so that has also got to be part of our energy independent strategy, here, including here in California, working with British Columbia, Oregon, and Washington State. Third item, of course, is gas, and we've developed shale gas in a safe way in Canada. The United States has gone from a gas supply of 10 years to 100 years, and just recently now people believe it's 300-year supply of shale gas. We believe that's extremely important for predictable, affordable energy in this continent, and we applaud the measures to go ahead in a very safe way. If it is not produced in a safe way, anything that happens that's wrong will define the opportunity with more risk, and that's why the water table must be protected with very high standards. It's absolutely crucial that that happen. Finally, we believe oil from Canada, which is the third largest supply in the world, oil being developed now with the constitutional amendment in Mexico, and oil from Bakken and Eagle Ford in the United States be brought together as part of a North American vision to have, again, energy independence in this neighborhood. It is doable. It's there to be announced as part of a broader vision, rather than a one-trick pony on one side of this debate, but another one-trick pony on another part of the debate. Oil can Harriet against Birkenstock Bob, and that's what I see in Washington over and over and over again. It's better to have the bigger vision and the broader vision and the goal of energy independence to make the decisions that have to be made within that context, rather than just fighting these issues between countries, between states, between stakeholders, and that's why we very, very, very much believe that the Keystone Pipeline is crucial. And not everybody in this room is going to agree, but it's crucial to bring oil from Canada. It's more important to have oil from Canada, we think, than parts of the Middle East. And to have oil from the Bakken oil fields in North Dakota and Montana that are also going to go on the Keystone Pipeline, it makes more sense to have oil from Middle America than the Middle East, in my view. And that's why we are promoting this pipeline. We obviously can sell our oil to China. We obviously can sell our oil to India. But you are our allies, you are our friends, you are our neighbors. It makes more sense to have a North American vision. Finally, we had a reference to General Petraeus today. I want to say to you that General Petraeus was with Ben Affleck and our Canadian Ambassador Ken Taylor when we previewed the movie Argo at the Canadian Embassy just a little over a year ago. It won, of course, the Best Picture Award just recently here in California. General Petraeus was very proud of the role of the CIA. Ken Taylor watched the movie as our ambassador and kept saying to me, that didn't quite happen that way. That didn't quite happen that way. And I had to say over and over again, Ken, it's Hollywood. It's Hollywood. You won't have to buy another drink for the next 10 years in New York. Everybody's going to watch this movie. But I would just say to my American friends, watch Argo, go with Canada. We're there with you. Thank you very, very much.